Hey everyone, it's Jelly Cards, and you're listening to the Jelly Cards podcast. We've been collecting since we were kids. Whether it's Pokemon cards or sports cards, being a collector at heart always comes first. You can listen to all our episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And if you are enjoying these topics, please give us a rating and a follow on both Spotify and Apple, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, if you are ready, we are ready. Sit back, relax, and as always, keep spreading the love of the hobby from your friends at Jelly Cards.
The whole Jelly Cards group is back, man.
For real.
All four of us back on an episode. It's great to see both of you guys. Eric finally made his way back to the episode. Luke's back.
Yep.
John's in the house. It's going to be a great episode, man. And
Exciting stuff.
let's start up here because I think it was Eric that said in the group chat, nothing screams Wrigleyville and Chicago Cubs than Tom Brady, man. Nothing screams Chicago than Tom Brady opening up his own card shop with Card Vault. Basically, I think it's going to be almost like right across the street from Wrigley Field. So I did want to start there because I would love to get your guys' opinion on it. Eric, I know your initial reaction was just
I just
like
want to know if it's
basically
all
like
Brady
what
stuff.
yeah.
Is it all just Brady stuff? It can't be.
No, it's an actual card
no,
shop.
it's just
No,
like a
Card
real
Vault
card
is an
shop,
actual
yeah.
Card Vault is an actual company that he buy. I think he bought it out, or he's like a partial owner or something. He has like a big involvement in Card Vault. They've been opening a lot of like hobby shops around the nation. This will now be the one in Chicago. Yeah, the one in Chicago will now be their 6th location in the U.S. So, I mean, it is an actual, it'll have, I think they said it will feature the largest collection of single cards of any Card Vault location in the U.S.
Damn.
So, I mean, it is a big thing. Like here, my thing is, for Tom Brady, for somebody of that caliber of an athlete and that caliber of a person to get involved in the hobby, obviously is a big thing for a lot of people. He has to be one of the most sought after collection athletes out there in the hobby. So for him to now be involved in it from like a business standpoint has got to be pretty big. I'm assuming this shop is going to do very well right off the start for him and Card Vault in Chicago. However, I don't agree with them doing it in the city though, because I feel like foot traffic wise will not be the best because it'll be great at the beginning. But as like years go on, like what if baseball season's not happening? Like how many people are like frequenting in the area of Wrigleyville?
A lot.
I mean, so yeah, I would love to get your, Luke and Eric, I would love to give your guys' opinion because, you frequent Chicago a lot. So like, how do you feel about a card shop in Wrigleyville in Chicago? Like, how do you think it's going to do over the course of time?
We live here, but I don't spend a lot of time in Wrigleyville. I can't even remember the last time I was there, maybe a year and a half ago. But it's so different compared to when we were little kids going there for games. It's all built up now. People spend time there, regardless of baseball season or not. So,
they're just gonna get drunk people to buy cards.
Yeah,
it's gotta be great during season.
They're just gonna get wasted people who get out of a 120 game and stumble into the being like, "Whoa, dude! PCA just hit 2 bombs. I gotta get a PCA rookie card," and then it's just
easy money.
Raking it in, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. When you were talking about foot traffic, Jason, I think it'll be better during the baseball season. Obviously, more people are there, fans and such, and the weather's better, so more people are walking on the sidewalk. But I still think in the winter, it wouldn't do worse necessarily than other card shops. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's
but
just
like,
it's just a guess.
yeah.
Pissed it's
Do you
not
think
closer
it
to
would
me.
be better if it was in like the suburbs though? Because I mean, like for I mean, for somebody like me who used to live in the suburbs, the Chicagoland suburbs, like I wouldn't be frequenting going to Chicago that often.
But then you
So
got to
for
ask, like, how often do people that live in Chicago go out to the suburbs? Now there's a card shop in Wrigleyville, one of the most popular neighborhoods in the city. So there's a card shop for Chicagoans now.
Mhm.
And like, I
In
don't know,
addition to
what
all
are
the other
other
ones that already exist.
I don't
So,
even know where the other ones are in the city. Tim's or whatever. Then there's the one like way south, Bridgeport, and Tim's is like like Wrigley's north. Tim's is way even further north and west from there. So this is like probably going to be the most. People are going to Google this and then be like, "Oh, it's right next to Wrigley. Sick, perfect." So it might be a good spot. I'm kind of annoyed it's not closer to me because there's nothing close to me. There's nothing in the Loop.
Yep.
There's nothing in River North. There's nothing in Wicker or West Town or.
Do you think that if they put stores or card shops in the Loop, they do well? Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't
It's
think
just
so.
people in the Loop are just trying to eat lunch.
Yeah, for real. Trying to
And
eat
then
lunch
just
and like shop.
and work.
Eat
and
lunch
just work
and then
and
try
then
to
go
make
home.
the train, man.
Yeah, make the train to
that's
get
true.
out of there. So
They're just trying to run out. But that was my point. It's like a lot of your foot traffic, I feel like, are people who actually are like working in the city, but majority of those people I have to assume then hop on a train and then come back to the burbs. So like I know a lot of I know people talk about big department stores like downtown off of State Street and stuff like Macy's and stuff that you kind of just it's a lot more of like touristy people that like frequent those stores because that's just what's popular is to shop on State Street. But then if you're going into Wrigley during baseball season, sure, I'm assuming PCA, Suzuki, or any one of them, Tucker has a huge game and then everybody leaves and then they go right into the new Card Vault shop and they buy up a bunch of maybe Chicago Cubs players if they have those cards. I'm assuming it's gonna, they're gonna probably try to have a ton of Chicago players in it. But during off season when baseball's not going on, like during like the dead of winter, like how many people are really gonna be walking to the Card Vault shop
Jason,
in January?
The same can be said for a card shop in a suburb. How many people are going to
but
go out of
my
their
point
house and warm up their car?
You can drive to these shops in the burbs and park right in front, park at the parking lots for these shops. I mean, here in this, if you're in the city, you now have to like try to find parking, whether you're going to do street parking, if you're finding a parking garage, now you're paying to park or you're taking public transportation to try to get to these shops. Like, are you going to be going to a shop in January when it's like 10 degrees out?
it's actually like, yeah, because I mean, Wrigley, I get your point, and like my answer's kind of shitty, but like there is the Kris Kringle market in Wrigleyville.
Sure.
Like they turn Gallagher Way into, so like, but there you go, man. Like there's going to be a ton of people there during the winter. Like there's just going to be a ton of people there. So if you're really only if you're off months, provided the Cubs are playing playoff baseball, like your off months are what, November, really? And the late October to November is really, but you could probably run Black Friday stuff and like people will already be down there and like, I think it would be fine. Yeah.
I think so too. And assuming the Bears are doing well, I'm sure they'll just switch the inventory over to football.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, John, what's your take on it?
I think location, it's not really a huge deal, location. I think that what Luke and Eric said about Wrigleyville becoming like this, it's like a whole new neighborhood compared to what it was like when we were younger. There's so many new buildings up. There's new like hotels, places to stay, places to park.
Like that's the thing too, is you
can get to the shop easy. And I also feel like we should talk about kids too. A lot of like young adults live in Wrigleyville, and people like young adults with young kids move to Wrigleyville / outside of the Loop essentially to raise a family, but they wanted to stay in Chicago. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of kid traffic as well, not only during games, but even during the off season. And my biggest concern for the shop and what I really want to know is inventory. Is it mostly singles, or are they going to actually have like a lot of wax and stuff like that?
Looks like I read it. It sounded like it was going to be a full, like, local card shop.
Yeah, and when I go
to
when you go to
No,
the
go ahead. Yeah.
website, the Card Vault by TomBrady.com, first thing on the front page is now hiring Chicago, Illinois. They need a store manager,
John.
assistant store manager, key holders,
John. Yeah.
retail
key holders,
associates.
basically like team leads, basically, I think are what key holders are.
And the last thing there is grading, right? I'm excited. I'm like interested to see how it is.
Hey man,
but...
anybody
So they must
basically
be
be a
offered.
grader.
Yeah, that's right.
It's all just opinionated, apparently.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm most interested to see the inventory, and I want to see the prices too, because like Tom Brady, I don't even know if he's a billionaire, but I feel like he's a billionaire. Definitely multi-hundred millionaire. He can afford to buy any wax he wants, probably any singles he wants.
He's not buying any wax.
But who's like stocking the? Oh, you're saying
probably, but he's
if he wanted a box of something, he's not buying it.
Right. Good point. Interesting take.
Like
You're
he
right.
personally,
but supposedly for what Card Vault is that they're going to have singles, they're going to have wax, and then their big focal point of why they're called Card Vault is that I think every location has a vault where you can open it up, and that's like all your high-end like autographs, all your high-end memorabilia, all that stuff. I believe that's that's why they call it Card Vault.
We have an Ocean's 4 situation here.
Yeah, that sounds like you're just trying to get robbed.
Like, I don't know if you necessarily want to have your shop with all this high-end product in Chicago.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you better have some pretty good security there, in place, because I'm gonna tell you right now, a bunch of shops are getting like broken into. We saw that you sent that article about that one shop, $100,000 worth of Pokemon product was taken out of a shop because they shattered the window of the front door, crawled right in. You can tell that they've probably been casing that store out for a while because they knew exactly what slabs, what boxes they wanted to grab, in and out, done. And now you got a shop with Tom Brady in it. Like, there's got to be a lot of money in that shop.
I think a more interesting discussion that we could have in relation to it is like, how do you feel about bigger people like Tom Brady and other celebrities and stuff opening up card shops, and what do you think that's going to lead to for the smaller shops like Tim's, and like there's one over here called AU Sports that I went to once, which was pretty small. Like, do you think that eventually these bigger name people who can afford to get tons of allocation for wax, tons of singles, is going to like overtake the small mom and pop shops?
Because I think he's also got different interests.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he's also like co-owner of the Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
So like, it's like, and he's got a bunch of other stuff I'm sure going on. He's got his own brand he's got to worry about. Like, I'm sure he's doing a ton of celebrity just bullshit.
Right.
So
I'm assuming it's
I think it's just like he's just going to try and do like I think honestly, like some chains would probably be good for locals, because then it's just at least driving interest, and it's just bigger names getting interest out. So maybe they're like, oh, I can't get to a Card Vault, but is there like a closer store to me that I could go to?
Okay.
And then they find Dean or whoever.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine, because pretty much you'll probably frequent whatever hobby shop is near you the most, in my opinion. So now, if you're in the Wrigleyville area and now you have a card shop with Card Vault, that's probably going to now be your go-to spot for cards, wax, things like that, versus, if you're out in the burbs, like for me, like I would be going to Baseline. I would be going to Chicagoland Sports Cards, store, or trying to go down to Dean's Dugout, Sandlot in Elmhurst. That's where I was frequenting, because those were near me. I wouldn't be traveling out to the city from the burbs just to go to Card Vault if I wanted to look at singles. I just go to my nearest shop. So I think that's probably what's going to be, and it's probably for it. You're going to get those. You're probably going to get those hobbyists that probably don't live in Illinois or live in Chicago to frequent it, like, people coming from Wisconsin or Indiana, places like that, because they're going to now want to see this shop because it's Tom Brady's shop. So you're probably going to get that type of foot traffic, like touristy foot traffic. But as your locals, it's probably just going to be whoever lives in the area. If you don't live in the area, you probably won't frequent it as much. Plus, you got to think about the pricing too, right? You got to look at prices. I mean, if that shit's priced too high and it's astronomically out of your range, I'm not going to frequent it.
Yep, that's what I was looking at now. I'm looking at their website more and trying to see what they sell the jumbo box. Okay, wait a minute. So on the Tom Brady website, on the Card Vault by Tom Brady, a 2025 Bowman baseball jumbo box is listed for $649.95. If I want to buy that box on Dave and Adams, they have it at $799.95. So $800 on Dave and Adams, $650 on the Tom Brady website. Like that's what I mean. If Tom Brady can get, let's say, 40 cases, he probably gets them at some really great price. He starts listing things lower than everybody else. Everybody's going to come in a Card Vault. But yeah, so that's what I mean. I'm curious to see how things go. That I don't think he's. I assume it's kind of like a Shark Tank situation where he's just got like 20% of the company and he just funds it a little bit and he gets a huge kickback from all the people that run all the shops. Yeah. He's maybe showing up once a year or once every 5 years whenever the freaking shop opens up just to show face.
Right. He might show up for the
Yeah. And
he might be here for the National then, right? Because it's
that's what I'm wondering.
That's supposedly where they're supposed to make their announcement.
I don't see him
on I thought it was supposed to open that week too.
Yeah, that's what I thought
too. They're supposed to make their announcement about the new shop that's coming here in Chicago at the National. So I know I think where the official launch of the new shop.
Maybe it's not a real it's not like the actual opening then. Okay.
Yeah.
I should buy these jumbo boxes.
Yeah, you should.
I was just gonna say this is a bad idea that you just looked.
Yeah.
You definitely
should
buy a
case. Run a break.
Yeah. But let's before we get into the main topic of conversation, let's see some cards, man. You guys got some cards to show up? All right. Who wants to go first? Who wants to show off their cards first? Nobody jump. Nobody jump.
Go first.
I'm going.
Hold on. Hold the phone. We got a Pokemon card.
I love that card. Love it.
Japanese, Giovanni's Persian. So nice. Shout out to little Ange.
Yeah.
Is that Jim Challenge?
You bought it from him?
Yeah. Yeah. Hollow. Yeah, it's such a good artwork.
It is really nice artwork.
Perfect. Even
thinking maybe now that's just the way to do it. Just keep it raw. Everybody's too opinionated on grading.
That's right.
Amen, brother.
That is exactly right. All right. Well, seeing that you showed off a Pokemon card, we'll show off. Look at that bad boy right there.
There you go.
The Tag 10, the Latios Secret Rare Full Art from Unified Minds, man.
Is it a special 10?
No, it's just a regular tag. Regular Tag 10. This is jelly inventory, by the way. So if y'all want to sit there and rip on tag, this is jelly inventory.
I was going to say, if anybody...
I really can because I have a stake in this, so...
Yeah.
I was going to say, if anybody watching this wants to buy it from us, like...
Hey, man, you know what? The DMs are open. All these cards that we show on this podcast, I mean, they're all available. Majority of them are available, just like this one. Just like this nice Jaden Daniels neon green Pulsar rookie card, tag 10 from Prism rookie, man. It's available. Tag, baby. Right, John?
I've never shown a card for sale. So
yeah, good job.
Well,
good
these two are for sale. These two are for sale. If somebody wants them, we have them. In tag graded, man. I'm telling you right now, I'm hooked on tag. Regardless of what you just sent in the chat,
even
it is what it is. But
why regardless of what John sent in chat?
Well, because John was sending all those videos about people saying how inconsistent tag grading is and stuff. That people are cracking. Oh, where were they? I was.
So just ignore it.
I wasn't really paying much attention to them. So. People cracking tag what 10s, and then they're resending them. They're coming back 6s, which, I'm not going to buy all the bullshit that's out there on the internet. Like, unless I see it with my own eyes, like, I'm not going to believe it. So, like,
Yeah, man.
Oh
like,
man,
I'm
that's
sure,
good.
like, I'm sure you can,
wait.
okay, like, I'm sure you can
Jason.
find the same thing with PSA. Like, like, if you want to
Yeah,
make the argument
definitely.
for tag to, like,
yes, and we
that's what
know
I'm saying.
that.
Like, so I'm not, like,
But
okay,
tag was
how
but
do you
tag was
grade a
marketably
card
different.
at 10? How do you grade a card at 10 and then turn around and give it a 6? Like, I mean,
tag? How do you do that?
Yeah,
is
tag
that
did
just
it too.
like, is that clickbait? Is that just clickbait? Like, are you just
No.
like bullshitting
No,
a video just to get
think-
like people to
I think
like
we're.
comment on it? Like, I'm not gonna fully like sit here and be like, oh boy. Like, I mean, to me, then if you're making all these videos, then guess what? Everybody in the hobby, you shouldn't grade shit. You shouldn't grade any of your cards. Because if every single grading company out there
dude.
is like
That's
this,
what John's
then
been saying.
what are y'all doing?
Like,
what are y'all doing?
That's what John. That's
it's
what
not
John
what
has
John's
been saying.
Because John's telling everybody, if you're not grading with PSA, then you're stupid. How many times has John sit there and called me stupid?
Is saying,
how many times has he sat there and called me an idiot and called me a clown and said I'm stupid if I'm not grading with PSA?
Listen. He said,
like, what are
John
we
has
doing?
been saying,
Everybody jumps at John's honor, defend his honor. John can't do anything wrong in this
sweet
damn
baby
chat.
Jason.
Jesus, man.
Listen.
Like, God, like
John is saying,
oh my God, John is king. He can't do anything wrong. He's the victim in this group chat all the time. Like, damn, man.
Listen.
Like, how am I a clown if I'm grading with SGC? How am I a clown if I'm not grading with SGC? Oh, but John's preaching
I think you just,
about,
Luke, I think you
grading
just let
companies
John
suck.
answer this one.
No, Luke answer it. I want Luke to explain, because if I try to explain it, I'm gonna get yelled at.
All right, hold on, shut up. He's taking a drink. Let me give a response.
All right,
John
shut
is
up.
saying, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to say shut up.
It's so good.
John is saying, don't grade your cards, okay? But if you're gonna grade your cards and you want to sell them and try to make the most money, go with PSA. That's what he is saying. So priority number 1, don't grade your cards. If you do, go with PSA to make the most money.
Okay.
End.
Okay.
Jason, what is the rebuttal? Do you
Jason's
have a rebuttal to that? You
He's
don't
not
buy
buying
that.
it.
Okay,
No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it because, like,
I'm
I've been
not
constantly
buying
called
it.
names in this chat all the time and told me how stupid I am for
No,
doing anything else other than
no,
PSA.
you
And then you want to
haven't.
sit back and try to tell me that, but I'm not a PSA ambassador. I don't praise PSA, but you're stupid if you don't grade with PSA.
This is so great. Because can we move on to my show and tell?
Yes, move on.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Show us a Beckett slab, Jason. John. I knew it.
There it is.
What a POS. What a POS. God, you're stupid.
God.
You're stupid if you don't get
I
anything
knew it was
else on the
coming.
PSA. And then he shows a Beckett graded card.
I'm trying to listen, man. For the love of God. So the card that I showed for the people listening.
Thank you, Luke, for doing that whole thing for John to show us a Beckett graded slab that he bought to sell.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to get through this. This is for people listening and not watching. So 2021 Flawless Signature Gloves, Trevor Lawrence, rookie auto, numbered out of 20, numbered 6 out of 20. BGS 9.5, auto got a 10. Yeah, I bought that card to sell it, and like I said in the chat, if PSA was an option, if I could have found a PSA 10, I would have pursued the PSA 10, because like Luke said, 99 times out of 100, 98 times out of 100, unless you get a SGC Pristine 10 or a BGS Black Label 10, PSA 10s
or Super Tag.
Yeah, exactly. PSA 10s usually sell way better than any other slab. So I've been on the hunt for some Trevor Lawrence cards, and I came across the BGS slab, and I did some digging, and I found that I think it's been graded. There's 20 total. 6 were graded by Beckett. Maybe 3 or less have been graded by PSA, and none of them have gemmed, quote unquote, besides the BGS 9.5 that I have. So it's a pop 1, and I bought it for resale purposes because of its rarity, and it's an auto, and I feel like it's like the best value that I could find. I don't know why you're humming, because it's just like it's just, the point that Luke made is accurate.
I just don't understand like why, oh man, if you're not buying PSA, then I mean, you might as well just toss that money in the garbage, right?
Sure. If that's how you want to interpret it.
What a clown move to buy a BGS slab if you're trying to turn around and sell it, right?
No, man. I'm just trying to help people who listen to the podcast with the intention to grade their cards and sell them. If you want to grade your cards to sell your cards, I think the most money you can make is if you get it in a PSA 10. I mean, I'm not going to try to convince somebody to send their card to Beckett and pray for a gold or black label 10 because they don't give them out that much. I'd rather you get a chance at a PSA 10, and on top of that, they sell better than a BGS 9.5 or an SGC 10 or an SGC 9.5 or a CGC 10. So that's my point. But back to the original point, like if you don't want to grade cards, don't grade them. Like, because all of these grading companies, period, suck. They all like claim to be better than the other. They all have their different grading scales. One says they're using AI, and the guy posted a video of multiple cards that he sent that he would crack. They would come back less. One came back higher. Some stayed the same. So it's just like they're all just, like I said before many times, they're just kind of taking the hobby by storm, and like everybody like relies so heavily on these grading companies, and nobody is holding them accountable at all. So it's like it's bullcrap, man. That it's hopefully in the future things change is what I'll say. I don't like to your defense, Jason.
All right,
if tag really,
so what is the change that you're looking for then? Like, what's the change that you're hoping for? Because if tag is the one who's supposed to be the objective grader, right? And they're supposed to be the one that's using technology. So then, but if people are making videos and they're now not consistent with their grading, then what's the change you're looking for?
You need tag to see the video and be like, yo, we need to get our shit together. Clearly, our grading algorithm or our AI made a mistake. We need to fix the mistake and make sure that we stay as objective as possible. And if any other grading company is serious about being transparent and objective, they need to follow suit. So in your defense, if tag like amps up their technology and their grading technology, and they start like being hardcore objective, and they start like making sure people can't crack / resubmit some way somehow, then I do like maybe in a few years either PSA, Beckett, and SGC need to get the same technology, or tag could like overcome them. But I don't know. We're getting hung up on all this stuff.
Okay,
but
well, let me ask you this because we've talked. Yeah. You started it. We could have never talked about this. You decided to send the video in the chat, and you knew exactly what you were doing. You knew you were gonna rile me up. So this is your fault, man. You got to take the L on this one, man. No, this is your fault because you taking the L on this one. You knew exactly what you were doing. So take the L, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna listen. All right. So okay. So what if PSA decided, because we talked about this in the chat, what if PSA decided, hey, we're no longer going to use human graders and we're going to go the route of tag, and we're going to start using an algorithm to grade it? So how is that going to change PSA as a grader? Be like, what is that going to do with all the slabs now that were graded by human graders versus what they're now graded with a machine?
John, let me jump in the line of fire here. I'll give my opinion. So I don't have any confidence that the accuracy of the grades will be any different. I just, how can we believe that at this point? But I think maybe it's just a good move in general, because if everybody in the world is going AI driven with their businesses, maybe that inevitably happens for PSA. and PSA still has the brand recognition, so they're still going to be kings.
What is your thought on previously graded by human slabs versus the new graded by AI slabs? Do you think the price difference will be like
I don't
anywhere?
know. Yeah, it's a good. Yeah, I think Jason, you were asking this a couple of days ago, and I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question. I wouldn't, as a consumer, it wouldn't change anything for me because again, I have very little confidence that the AI graded cards are more accurate than the human graded cards.
Right. Yeah, I agree with Luke. I agree with what Luke said. Like, I don't think it's going to change the price of a, like, if this card was graded by a human 5 years ago, PSA 10. Oh, damn. I don't know.
It depends.
Same
Like
card.
I think I could be wrong. It's like I'm totally speaking out of school here, but I think if they totally transition to, or let's say this hypothetically, they transition partly to AI grades, and then there's also like a human grading department that they can do, and you can choose which one you go for. Maybe then there's a difference because with the AI grades, maybe there's a different slab, it looks different, and there's a way to sort of like pin those against each other and make more money. I don't know how they would do that strategically, but that might throw a wrench in my earlier guess. I don't know. Just some thoughts.
But can we agree though, Jason, that like all the other grading companies should be doing something similar? Like the goal for grading should be objectivity in like everywhere. And if it has to be a robot to do it, fine. But yeah, I don't know how to like I keep preaching accountability. I don't know how to do that without like essentially bringing in the creator of the cards, like Topps and Panini, and like we need the sheet, we need to see exactly how this was supposed to be cut, and we need to compare it and like make sure that the grade that we're giving this card is accurate.
So that's where
how come nobody gets mad at them?
Okay, with these, when you crack these tag slabs and then you get this completely different, you're going from a 10 to a 6. Show me. Are you showing that? Did they show the dig reports in the videos?
He did. Yeah.
So like how is it going? How are you?
Right.
How is your algorithm grading it a certain way, and then your algorithm, and then it's? I mean, that's like a big difference between a 10 and a 6. Like that's
exactly.
So like, how is your algorithm that bad to the point where like you have the same card, I crack it out of here, I put like, is your machine ruining that card that much before it goes into a slab? Like,
right.
Because then, then now I'm like, okay, whoa, like maybe we shouldn't be using machines, but then you see it happen with the human graders. So I mean, listen,
it's everywhere, man. That's
John,
the point.
I love you, man. You know I love you. This is all just fun and games. This is what we do, man. This is how the chats go. I'm very passionate about the hobby. I still blame you because you told me I could quit my job in like 5 to 10 years. So
yeah,
I'm holding you to it.
I understand the pent up rage.
But Eric,
Luke, show your card.
Oh yeah, shit. Oh my God, we're still on show and tell.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Technically,
damn.
yeah. No, this is great.
Luke,
this is the best. This is the best show and tell that we've done. This is awesome.
I didn't realize we're still. I didn't realize we're still on show and tell. Luke, go ahead.
Technically, this isn't a card. Actually, it's. Am I holding?
Sealed
yeah.
wax.
Okay. It is an index card.
Damn.
By so it's an index card signed by Ray Staszak. Who is Ray Staszak? He's a former NHL player for the Red Wings. He played 4 games in the 85-86 season. Okay? And it's graded by ACA certification, which is a grading company. There you go. It's a grading company based in somewhere in Quebec, maybe Montreal. Yeah.
Where the hell did you get that?
Yeah.
eBay.
How did you get that card? Was that just
awesome.
one of your like, hey, it's ending at 99 cents and I'm gonna buy it?
No. It was buy it now or best offer. I forgot which one, but the story behind this one is I might have said it on the podcast before, and I've told you guys, but I'm trying to collect as many of the players who went to my alma mater that have played in any of the 4 major pro sports. So hockey, basketball, baseball, and football. Well, it wouldn't be football because
not going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yet.
So John and I went to the same alma mater. We didn't have a football team, so really it's the other 3 sports. We went to the University of Illinois at Chicago. This guy played for UIC for 2 seasons back when UIC had a hockey team. Yeah. And I think this was the last player that played for UIC whose card that I didn't have. And I've been searching on and off for a couple years now, and it seems to be like there's no trading card for this guy, Ray Stazak. But I happened to find a graded index card with his image on it and the Red Wings logo. So I bought it immediately.
Good enough.
Yeah, it was like $20 or something like that. So I think I have all of the NHL players. I think I have almost all of the MLB players. And I have one basketball player who was drafted. His name's Cheryl Ford. I've shown him his cards during show and tell. There's one other player who played for UIC, but I don't think he graduated from UIC. He went to Robert Morris for his senior year or something like that, and was an undrafted player. And I've looked for his cards too. I'm even forgetting his name.
Damn, that's awesome though.
But he doesn't. This basketball player doesn't have any cards, so I need to look for a
Index.
card where like maybe he's in the background or something. So like that would I could like check that box. That would satisfy it for me.
That's awesome.
So anyway, yeah, there it is. One more time for the camera, and it doesn't. It just has an authentication grade. So yeah,
it's badass.
Oh boy, but do we know if it's real or not?
Dude, that's a good question.
Do we know
you should reach out to the guy.
Real signature or not, man?
Yeah, that might be just Canadian GMA.
That was the perfect segue into the main topic of conversation, because we wanna kind of break down the big scandal that's happening in this hobby right now, where news broke that there was a person that was within this hobby that openly admitted for the last 2 decades to be scamming and counterfeiting autos, memorabilia, and sending them all off to get them sold. So it's been a big thing. I know probably anybody who is big in the hobby, who follows hobby news. The guy's name was Brett Lemieux, and he put a lengthy Facebook post just openly admitting to the last 2 decades to be basically scamming the entire hobby. He claimed that he sold more than 4 million items, which resulted in over $350 million worth of sold product within the hobby, all to have been counterfeited and scammed, and all to be faked. He said he was forging fake autographs and fake holographs. He claims that 95% of the Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Judge memorabilia was sold by him. He faked COAs, which is basically just certificates of authentication. He faked those from companies like Fanatics, JSA, Panini. And I know some hobby experts are potentially saying this could be bigger than the Operation Bullpen that happened back in, I think it was like I think that happened through 1999 and 2006, which basically that was a bunch of forged celebrity autos and sports memorabilia that they uncovered like $100 million in fraud that happened during Operation Bullpen. So unfortunately, we will not know anything else about it because Brett Lemieux is no longer with us. So, but I do want to get your guys' opinion on it, because this is like real major news in the hobby, especially leading right up into right before the National. I mean, you have to be rethinking, like, if you are a person who has been buying signed memorabilia, with certificates from JSA, Panini, Fanatics, whatever it is. I mean, now you got to be sitting back looking at your collection and going, I mean, is any of this stuff real?
Especially
So,
if
I
it's
mean, John,
if you said
let's
Mahomes
get
and
your
Judge.
What's up?
Especially if he said he was like big in Mahomes and Judge, like
two of the top like athletes in
well,
each
I mean, at
sport.
least for Mahomes, like, it's like, oh boy, because like he's making big money off
everyone's
of
looking
fake
at
shit.
Mahomes as the next Brady. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of big time Mahomes collectors in this hobby. So, but yeah, John, when you read this, because I think it was you that sent the Facebook post that he made off of X. So, what was your first take on it?
First take was kind of what you said. Like everybody in the hobby probably took a step back and was kind of, I don't know, paranoid about the autographs that they have that they bought that they didn't get themselves. And yeah, man, it's a horrible thing. I texted the group but like honestly, it's kind of really sad to say that I'm not shocked learning about it because all the money that's being thrown into the hobby now, it's been thrown into the hobby for years for high-end athletes and their autographs. Always you're going to get people who are faking autographs. I think what was really interesting to read / listen and learn about was that he was almost, I don't know if it's him by himself, so I feel like I'm speaking out of turn, but he was at like a whole nother level with the holograms. Like Panini and other companies kind of have specific holograms, and he was replicating them, which is really bad for their business. Yep. So he was like, compared to like the everyday scammer, I think he was like one of the best, essentially. And the more I read, the more I just got angry because after like a bunch of the posts online were like, oh, we knew about him for years and we knew about him doing this for years. And when I read stuff like that, I'm like, why the hell didn't somebody stop it sooner then? So I'm just kind of pissed, upset, obviously. People spend a lot of money in this hobby and you spend that money hoping you get something authentic. And stories like this just kind of, I don't know, deter you from doing any of that. And yeah, that's kind of, I mean, that's almost where I'm at now. Like if I want to get an auto of somebody, I'd rather just go pay to see it done in person. I don't really intend to spend thousands of dollars on a Mahomes auto or maybe even a Jordan auto or something. I'd rather like kind of confirm that I know it's real. And that's my biggest takeaway is for myself and other people in the hobby is that there's now going to be this paranoia and concern that the auto that I'm getting on this card or on this photo or on this football, baseball could be fake. And if a company like JSA is out there certifying them as authentic, like who can I trust? Who can I really know for a fact that this is real? But I'm curious to hear how you guys feel too. I don't know if like this is kind of a personal thing. I know Eric was there a lot when the Blackhawks used to practice at the edge. Like those are the majority of my autos, man. Like all of my autos that I have that are not on cards.
It's crazy, yeah.
In person.
Because my dad just gave me his host's jersey that I got signed for him because he wants to sell it because he doesn't wear it because it's too big. And I'm like, okay. But I'm like, I was like, there's no way for me to like, it's signed. I could take a picture of it, but I'm not going to get like probably what his signature's worth because who's going to believe me?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I used to go when they practiced by where I used to live. And like we would just stand out there and wait for
photo match it. I know a lot of
I can't do there's no way I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like that whoever if I sold it, whoever buys it's gonna have to either get it certified or believe me. And who's gonna believe me? Like who should believe nobody should believe anybody.
Yeah. How do you think major companies, that sell a lot of memorabilia like a Golden or like a Heritage Auctions, how do you think they're sitting back? Like, how do you think they reacted to it? Like, what does that now mean for all these customers who are buying from them too. Like, I mean, it has to basically, does it ruin memorabilia collecting in the hobby now?
Nope. No, news cycles are so 24 hours nowadays that it's like these big companies who already control all the stock, like where everybody has to get all their stuff anyways, they don't care. They'll be fine because like everybody still has to come to them anyways. You know, like if you're talking about Fanatics, like they're selling all the cards that people want to buy, so people have to come to them anyways. So they don't give a shit.
And
It'd be more
Fanatics
like these
was one
local
of the big ones that helped out with the investigation with the FBI and stuff. Like they
so
were
I wouldn't yeah. That doesn't shock. I'd be more worried about these like LCS guys who have like the jerseys hanging up that are signed, or like the things that are not like pulled straight from a box that are signatured. Like I'd be all skeptical about that, but Fanatics, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
And let me ask you guys this.
They're probably happy this guy's out of the game, but like they don't give a shit about us.
Yeah. Yeah, let me ask you guys this, because I thought about it too. You know, we've kind of always said on this podcast, you know, we talk about how the hobby is, you know, in general, we talk about how it's thriving and there's so much money to be made in the hobby. But I was listening to Sports Cards Nonsense, the episode that I sent you guys in the group chat to listen to, because they were talking about the same thing, and they were talking about the scandal. They actually had a guest on the show who did actually serve some prison time for this same thing back in the day, where this person actually, you know, committed fraud and scammed, you know, hobbyists out of fake autographs. Um, However, this person has, you know, completely changed their entire life around. And, you know, it was really interesting hearing his side of the, you know, of this scandal and kind of the stuff that he was doing, you know, and in relation to what happened with this Brett Lemieux guy. But now I kind of sit back and go, you know, yeah, we talk about how great this hobby's doing, but are these like large companies, like these major corporations that are now getting involved in this hobby, are they kind of just preying on the uneducated in the hobby? Like, are they just preying on the fact that a lot of us are not experts, and, you know, we don't know what a real autograph is from a fake autograph, and we're just going based off of what a piece of paper says that, hey, this is the real deal, right? Like, this is a real, you know, this is a real autograph by Aaron Judge. Do you want to buy it? Now we're rushing out, going out and buying it, but we're just trusting the fact that some person who's supposed to be an expert, but you're not going to school for 4 years, or you don't have a PhD in checking autographs. Like, you know, they're hiring people who have just been in the hobby for a long time, who now have the experience of looking at autographs. So are we just kind of seeing just us being preyed on because we're just, you know, throwing money at this hobby, and we're throwing money at these corporations?
I think that's a phenomenal question. I listened to the podcast episode too, and his section / part of it was my favorite part, because
really eye-opening.
At the end of his segment, yeah, he essentially, so the example that he used is that the Lemieux person from Indiana who passed away, he had what was called like an auto pen, which is essentially the pen like making the auto itself. He wasn't even using it. But the guy that they had in their show, he was doing it all by himself, like by hand, handwritten. And he had somebody from...
I could respect that.
Yeah, he had somebody from JSA come to his house to certify 3,000 things, 3,000 autographs. Half of them were fake. Out of all 3,000, the JSA quote-unquote expert said 2 of them were fake. 2 out of 2,998. So essentially over 1,400, almost 1,500 of those fake autos were certified by JSA.
And which one he said was actually a legit auto.
One was actually real. Yeah, one was a legit auto that he got in person, and he knew it was real because it was a football that he got signed. The thing that he said during the episode that really like kind of struck a nail with me, if that's the right term to use, probably not, but he said like these companies who are certifying and stuff, like they almost don't want to know if it's fake. They just like, they don't really care. They don't want to know.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, man, exactly. And he said that the people would come with like I don't know what the word he used was, but it was like an image on their computer of what the auto's supposed to look like.
Yeah, I can't remember
And
what
they're
you
like,
said. Yeah,
oh,
what
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like they just look at it.
He
Okay,
said
yep,
they
it's good.
used JSA used some of his fake autographs to compare to the real autographs.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, man, Jason, it's like a kind of off the rails of what we like to promote in the hobby, but it is a very negative side of the hobby because he tied it into like Fanatics and Tops and the one-of-one autos. Like, how many one-of-one autos of Paul Skeens are they going to make is what he said on there. He's saying it's getting so saturated and they're just going to keep printing because they are going to prey on the people in the hobby that are now in the hobby who want autos. Like they want one-on-one autos. They want, remember, like signed stuff from pro athletes. For example, the Tops Now crap that they print all the time. That's like verbatim, like a prime example of preying on people in the hobby. Should a Tops Now card that they print like 25,000 of be really worth $10 a card? Absolutely not. But they're going to sell them because there's people out there who are so addicted to this stuff that they're just going to buy them up. And how do I know that these even like, yeah, man, it sends you down like a dark place. How do I know that the autos that Tops Now has are actually authentic? Second question, where the hell is that damn Tops Now auto of Curry, LeBron, and Durant? Like, how is that not surfaced yet? And those sold out within like a week, maybe even a day from the Olympics.
They don't have it signed.
Yeah, man,
yet.
like that. The athletes haven't
Either
signed it.
they don't have it signed or
knows?
they know exactly where that card is going. They know
man, like,
exactly where it's going. They know exactly who they want to send it to. It was the same thing that that Jeff said in that big announcement that he was making, to bring us, to get rid of all the scammers in the hobby. I'm fighting for you guys. I'm doing repacks.
I'm doing repacks.
With
PSA
but don't
authentic
worry,
repacks.
they're PSA certified. So we're eliminating the scammers out of here. You guys aren't going to get scammed. Oh, but by the way, PSA is the only ones that are going to know what cards are getting put in these packs, and they're the only ones that are going to know where the placement of these packs are going.
Crazy, man.
That's
Real
supposed
crazy.
to make me sit back and go, I'm not going to get scammed out of one of these repacks. By the way, you're selling it to me for $300. Like, how many cards are you putting in these packs that are going to be worth $300?
Well, he only really has to put enough cards for what, 147 or whatever the floor was.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. It's
yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot going on in the hobby, and like, what is your? I don't know who. I guess for people listening, like anybody have an idea or opinion on what to do if you are trying to like build up a auto collection? Like, I don't know. What are you supposed to do? How can I trust Panini? How can I trust Topps? How can I trust any JSA certification now that this guy claims that it was like 4 million items were authenticated or something and
That's
sold?
what he claimed. And I know the guy on Sports Card Nonsense basically said, like, okay, the numbers that he was giving are almost like they're just like not even feasible. Like, he's like, there is not enough time in the day for him to do something like this. Now, granted, I don't know if that's true or not. Like, I'm just going based off of what this guy was saying on a podcast. But I mean, I don't care. It
I
doesn't
thought that like
regardless if he's saying it's $4 million or if it was 400 or like it was 4 million items or it was 400 items. The fact of the matter is that there are fake stuff. There are fake autos and fake memorabilia out there. And that's a large chunk of the hobby right now. So again, yeah. And they asked him like, well, okay, like how would you, what is your opinion on it? Or like, what is your opinion going forward on buying autographed memorabilia? Like, and he basically said, oh, I have to see it signed in person in order to believe it now. Now what? Are we like, yeah, Luke, what's your opinion on it, man?
It's horrible, obviously. What else is there to say?
If you wanted to go buy an auto, would you buy it? Or would you rather?
Oh, sorry. I thought you asked me like generally.
No, but like, yeah, like what was your take on like, yeah, what was your take when
What are your next steps?
when you read it? Yeah, it's stuff. What is your now approach in like if you were somebody who's buying autographed memorabilia, if that was a big part of your business,
Yeah,
like what are you?
if I okay, if you're asking me now or if I own a small card shop or something.
Like what? Yeah.
Well,
What
he
if
was
you
signing like
a small
like
card shop?
jerseys and balls and stuff.
Yeah, if I owned a small card shop, I guess I wouldn't do anything differently because how am I supposed to know? Number one, that question is always going to be asked. And then number two, if nobody knew in the first place, then how is anybody off the street? How would any of my customers know if the thing that I bought from somebody and I'm now reselling in my shop is real or fake? But I wouldn't change anything. And as a consumer, so me personally, I don't buy signed memorabilia. Maybe I buy some signed cards, but even that's rare. So again, same answer there. I'm not doing anything differently.
Yeah, I guess
What
the
does that mean
protection
now
is
too?
like,
Like, what does it mean for like signed cards? Like, do we have to
as long
sit
as
back and think?
Topps and them can certify it, you're good.
Right.
Because as long as they say put the thing on a back that says it's certified, and then you come back, if you were to come back later and say, "Oh no, this is fake," you could sue them into oblivion. Like
Well, I
they
meant more
wouldn't
so
be
for like
able to
those
print cards
PSA
anymore.
like DNA like grades and stuff.
Yeah,
or
I
any
don't know.
other
Yeah,
company
that
like Beckett does
nope,
the grade
no,
authentications. Like
no.
now, are we
I'm
now
not
as
buying that
hobbyists
shit.
no longer gonna buy a PSA DNA
No,
graded card? Because I have a
nope,
Jazz Chisholm one like
no.
that. You know.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't think I would.
Yeah. So is that like completely
I don't think.
ruin that part of the hobby, or like to Luke's point, are we just gonna go on as usual and just kind of hope for the best?
I think in the cards world, we're going to move on and go on as usual. But for like autograph photos, jerseys, balls, you name it, like that stuff, I feel like things might change a little bit, if
even
not a lot.
more to that point, and also kind of what Eric was saying is there's a lot more confidence in the autographs on cards because aren't isn't there typically, so take Topps for example, isn't there typically somebody in the room with the athlete?
Supposed to be, yes.
Yeah,
I guess
Yeah.
unless you're Luka Doncic and you have your mom
right.
sign
Yeah,
it.
exactly, man. Like what the hell? So I think
So maybe some autos slip through the cracks, but I think generally consumers have confidence in autos on modern sports cards.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Anything
because it actually
else?
says certified, certified by Topps, certified by Panini. Like this autograph was witnessed and
Well, hold
certified
on. That
by.
I was just reading it on the
I
back of
think.
this.
I
Trevor
think
Lawrence.
that means. I think like certified means because they have somebody in the room with them.
yeah. So the word witness, that is the differentiator because okay, sure, you can certify an autograph, but that's what these other guys were doing with this one guy who was selling apparently millions of things. Those autographs were certified, but they weren't real, they were fake. But the witness part, that's super
Yeah.
important. It's really the key in the whole
John, what does your T-Law card
autographing of
say?
cards.
I'm reading it. So it says, first of all, depressingly, the enclosed authentic memorabilia is not from any specific game or event. And then it says the autograph is guaranteed by Panini America. And that's it.
Yeah,
So
guaranteed
what
is.
does that mean?
Could be fake.
What does guaranteed mean?
Exactly.
Damn,
And we
man,
already
not
know
only-
BGS
not
is
only
a
it
fucking
Beckett
bum ass
slab, but now
company.
you got a fake autograph.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, why are you showing fake shit on show and tell, John?
God, John.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Cards are worthless now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's interesting though. If it only says
Right.
it's guaranteed by Panini that this was. So
I wonder if they'll trade their. I wonder if they'll. I wonder if they'll change their vernaculars going forward.
Yeah,
if they have somebody in the room.
Yeah.
They probably should. Maybe they don't have anybody in the room. Maybe they're just sending them and then hoping that they send them back.
Well, isn't that what sticker autos are? They just send out the stickers to the athlete. The athlete signs them, and then the athlete sends them back.
Oh.
Or doesn't. Sometimes they don't send them back, and then they get in trouble.
Or doesn't, redemptions, and they just don't sign, and then you're just screwed.
Yeah, exactly. I think now they do have some of the autos. I feel like are like Luke said and Eric said. Some of them say like witnessed by a Upper Deck associate or like a Panini associate. Some of them don't though, clearly. And I think going forward, it's going to be a requirement. Like either we need to be there when you're signing, or somebody needs to record you signing all of the cards, and we need that footage. But who knows,
man? John's got a big slab over there.
That's an episode. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good thing it's graded by Beckett, right, Jason?
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Good thing it's not PSA, right, Jason?
Hey, good thing I just buy non-autos, man. Hey, for all I know, this could be a 6. But it's a 10, and I'm not cracking it, so
that's my point, man. Oh, my God.
That's the whole point, man.
Yeah, man. It's all bullshit everywhere.
Let's wrap, because that was my favorite one.
Let's wrap it up on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, John, send us away.
Okay. There's a lot to talk about here. There's a lot to unravel. I think the biggest takeaway that I'm going to try to drill into everybody's head one more time is that, like,
Japanese Pokemon cards are the best. Got it.
They are the best. Yes. That's true. And they have the best quality. I can trust
That's what I mean by
PSA
best.
10
best
Japanese
gem rate,
grade.
Man. Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I was thinking about this the other day. The hobby is like the casino. We are the people going to the casino, grading companies, Panini, Topps, Upper Deck, I don't care who, they're the house. Especially the grading companies. The grading companies are the house. And they don't care what they do. They just want to win, and they usually are going to win. And I feel like that needs to be a discussion that has to be had in the hobby and a realization, because no matter where you send your cards for grading, apparently no matter where you send your autos for authenticity, like, nobody can be trusted.
It matters.
Yeah, they all just want their money. The people at JSA, certify it so we can get paid. The people at Beckett, the people at PSA, the people at any grading company, whatever, give it a 7. Move on. Go to the next card so we can get paid. And that's what it feels like sometimes. And we talked about that a little bit when we got into our show and tell debacle. And then we talked about it even further when we got into the recent hobby news that somebody in Indiana was essentially faking autographs, faking certifications, faking authenticity on a lot of stuff. And he was selling it to many people, and those people were reselling it for profit. So if you have an opinion on all this, please reach out. It is kind of a negative aspect of the hobby, but I feel like it's a good thing to talk about so people are aware. Do your due diligence with everything that you buy. Graded cards, autos, raw cards. Do the best you can. Look up recent sale prices. I feel like we should have mentioned that. If you're looking at a Michael Jordan auto and it's listed at like $100, please just search anywhere like eBay, Google, Michael Jordan auto, and compare the price so that you can at least have some sort of question pop up in your head, or some sort of, like, I don't know, reluctance stop you from making that purchase and realize that somebody's trying to scam you. So just do your research no matter what part of the hobby you're in. Please, I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast as much as I did. Follow Jelly Cards on X, Instagram, YouTube, JELICARDS. If you love the podcast, please rate the podcast, follow the podcast on Apple and Spotify. We also post them to YouTube, so please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we are always here to talk about this kind of stuff. So if you have an opinion on grading, if you have an opinion on where we are in the hobby in terms of memorabilia and autos, please reach out. We'd love to talk to you about it. And I think that's all I got. Anybody have anything else before I say goodbye? Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing weekend and an amazing week ahead. We didn't even talk about the National, so we'll see you next week, maybe, if people are going to the National. And,
Oh yeah,
as
true.
always,
Yeah. Oh,
keep
hey,
spreading.
by the way, the Nationals coming up.
Yeah, the Nationals in a week, like a week and a half. So I'm going to try to be there on Thursday. If you see me there, please come say hi, or just, I don't know, even if you throw something at me, I won't care. Be like, hey, what up? I'll talk.
Throw a
Knives.
card at him.
Throw a tag sled at my head.
Stars. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, please do.
Anyway, as always, keep spreading the love of this hobby from your friends at Jelly Cards.
Keep spreading it.